My parents wanted me and my siblings to all look identical. I had no idea how far they'd go. When I was 6 and my youngest sister was barely 2, my parents started forcing us to match perfectly. Same weight, same haircuts tracked with a ruler, same clothes even though we were different ages and sizes. Every morning we'd line up while mom measured our hair, and if someone's was even a tiny bit longer, she'd cut it right there. The matching got dangerous once we hit puberty. Our sister Violet developed early, and mom wrapped her chest so tight with ace bandages that she passed out in gym class. Then mom stuffed the rest of us with padded bras so we'd match. We had to dye our hair the same shade every 2 weeks, and the chemicals burned our scalps so bad we had scabs. Then Ruby's voice stayed high while ours got deeper, so she had to practice talking lower until she lost her voice completely for a month. Teachers couldn't tell us apart, and we weren't allowed to correct them. I wanted to try out for soccer, but Violet hated sports, and if one of us did something, we all had to. Ruby was amazing at violin, but had to quit because the rest of us sucked and it made us different. I got my period at 11 and had to hide it for 2 years until Violet got hers, using wadded up toilet paper because asking for pads would reveal we weren't developing identically. The shame of bleeding through my pants in class while pretending nothing was wrong still makes me sick. Our bodies kept growing differently because that's what bodies do. Hazel shot up 5 inches one summer, and Dad made her slouch constantly until her spine got messed up. Ruby stayed tiny, so they put huge lifts in her shoes that made her ankles swell. Then our faces started changing. Violet's nose got wider, Hazel developed sharp cheekbones, Ruby's eyes stayed rounder than ours. Our parents tried everything from face exercises to sleeping in masks that were supposed to reshape our bones. When I turned 15, I tried to run away. I made it to the bus station before they caught me, and after that they installed locks on our bedroom doors that only locked from the outside. They put cameras in every room and made us check in every hour we were awake. If one of us went to the bathroom too long, Mom would bang on the door screaming about secret individuality. They pulled us all out of regular school and started homeschooling so nobody could corrupt us with ideas about being different people. I felt like I was drowning in sameness, losing track of where I ended and my sisters began. That's when they found a doctor who lost his license in America, but still operated in Mexico. He examined us like livestock, taking measurements while talking about fixing us. He'd shave down Hazel's cheekbones, widen Ruby's nose, narrow Violet's, pin back my ears to match Ruby's. He'd even alter our hairlines and lips to be exactly identical. My parents paid him $20,000 up front and scheduled everything for 2 weeks after my 16th birthday. A week before we were supposed to leave for Mexico, Violet tried to end her life by swallowing a bottle of sleeping pills. She survived, but the hospital asked questions about the scars on her chest from years of binding. Our parents lied and said she did it to herself because she had body image issues. They used it as proof we needed the surgeries to be happy. They moved up our surgery date to 3 days later, before any social workers could investigate. Mom packed while Dad lectured us about how Violet's selfishness was just fear of becoming perfect. They'd already told everyone we were going to a special camp. The van to the airport was coming at 4 a.m. That night, they made us take sleeping pills so we wouldn't try running. I pretended to swallow mine, but spit it out when Mom looked away. I stayed awake listening to my sister's breathing, knowing that in 12 hours we'd be in surgery. Mom had shown us the final plan, and it included things she hadn't mentioned before, like removing ribs to make our torsos identical and altering our vocal cords to match our voices permanently. At 3:45 a.m., the van pulled up. They carried my drugged sisters out one by one while I pretended to be asleep. As Dad lifted me, I stayed limp, waiting for my chance to run once we got outside. My heart was beating so loud I was sure he'd notice. But as he reached the van, I felt something sharp prick my neck. Mom stood there with a syringe, smiling. "Did you really think we'd trust the pills alone?" she asked as my vision blurred. "We've been planning this for years." The drugs hit fast and my body went truly limp as they loaded me in next to my sisters. The last thing I saw was the airport sign as we merged onto the highway, knowing that none of us would wake up from those surgeries as ourselves. Full story on the channel below.